September 19th, 1944, near Stolberg, Germany. Lafayette Poole sits inside his Sherman tank, staring through the periscope at absolutely nothing. Morning fog, thick as cotton, visibility maybe 50 yards. His crew is quiet, too quiet. They know something is wrong. Poole commands 5 Sherman tanks. Reconnaissance mission. Find German positions. Report back. Do not engage. Those are the orders. But Poole sees movement through the fog. Big shadows. Low rumble of heavy engines. He counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes emerging. Panther tanks. German heavy armor. 45 tons each. 88mm guns that can punch through a Sherman at 1,000 yards. The Sherman's armor is 3 inches. The Panther's gun makes that armor meaningless. Poole's radio crackles. His second tank. Panicked voice. Command, we got Panthers. 5 of them. Range unknown. Request permission to withdraw. Standard procedure says retreat. Call artillery. Wait for air support. Do not fight Panthers head-on. Every tank commander in Europe knows this. Poole doesn't retreat. He gives one order. All tanks hold position. Gunners load armor-piercing. Wait for my mark. His own gunner turns around in the turret. Kid from Pennsylvania. 20 years old. Voice shaking. Sarge, we are outnumbered 5-1. We need to pull back. Poole does not answer. He is doing math. Distance to targets. Armor angles, penetration points. He learned this at Fort Knox. Every tank has weak spots. You just need to know where to aim. Range 700 yards. Target left. Aim for the track assembly. Fire. The gunner fires. 75mm gun roars. Shell hits the lead Panther's track. Explosion. The track breaks. Panther spins sideways, immobilized. Reload. Same target. Turret ring. Fire. Second shot. The shell punches through the thin armor where the Panther's turret meets the hull. Penetration. The Panther erupts in flames. First kill. Now all 4 remaining Panthers know exactly where Poole is. They rotate toward him. 4 88mm guns locking on. Poole stays calm. Gunner. Target center. Engine deck. Fire. Direct hit. Second Panther starts smoking. Crew bails out. Then Poole's luck ends. A German gunner fires. 88mm shell crosses 700 yards in 1.2 seconds. Hits Poole's Sherman dead center. Frontal armor. The shell punches through. Inside the tank, everything explodes into chaos. The shell does not detonate, but the kinetic energy is enough. Metal fragments spray everywhere. Poole's right leg gets hit. He feels bones snap, hot blood inside his boot, pain like nothing he has ever felt. His driver screams over the intercom. We are hit. We are burning. Poole looks down. His leg is mangled. Shin bone visible through torn uniform. Blood everywhere. He cannot feel his foot, but he can still see the periscope. One more Panther in his sights. Gunner. Fire. Sarge, we need to evacuate. Fire the gun. The gunner fires. Third Panther hit. Disabled. Smoke fills the turret. Electrical fire. Ammunition could cook off any second. Poole makes the call. All crew bail out. Now go. His loader kicks the hatch open, climbs out. Assistant driver follows. Gunner hesitates. Sarge, you cannot walk. Then drag me. Move. The gunner and driver pull Poole through the hatch. His shattered leg drags behind. Every movement is agony. They drop off the side of the burning Sherman, hit the ground. Machine gun fire cuts the air above them. German infantry somewhere in the fog. They crawl. 30 yards. Ditch on the side of the road. They roll into it. Poole's vision is going black. Blood loss. Shock. A medic appears. Rips open Poole's pant leg. Tourniquet above the knee. Morphine injection. The medic is talking, but Poole cannot hear words. Just ringing. Poole forces his eyes open. Grabs the medic's collar. Did we get all 5? The medic nods. Every single one, Sergeant. You killed 3 yourself. Poole lets go, closes his eyes. This is not the first time Lafayette Poole has been knocked out of a tank. It is the 5th time. 5th tank destroyed under him in 81 days. But this time is different. This time his leg is gone. War is over for him. Lafayette Poole, age 21. 81 consecutive days in combat without relief. 258 confirmed enemy soldiers killed. 12 German tanks destroyed. Never lost a single crew member under his command. The deadliest American tank commander in World War II. But that is the end of the story. The beginning starts 3 years earlier, in a place where nobody thought a tank ace would come from. A cotton farm in Texas. Odom, Texas, 1941. Population 812 people. 1 general store, 2 churches, cotton fields forever. Lafayette Poole is 22 years old. Skinny, 5'9", 147 pounds. He works his father's farm, 70 hours a week, sun up to sundown, plowing, planting, fixing equipment. His family is poor, Dust Bowl poor. They eat what they grow, repair clothes until the fabric falls apart. Poole's boots have cardboard inside because the soles wore through. But Poole has one possession he takes care of, a Winchester .22 rifle. His father gave it to him when he turned 12. That rifle has killed more jackrabbits than Poole can count, because Poole never misses. December 7th, 1941, Sunday afternoon. Poole is cleaning his rifle on the porch, radio playing inside. His mother is cooking. His father is working on a tractor engine in the barn. Then the radio announcer's voice changes, gets serious. We interrupt this program for a special bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Multiple ships sunk, casualties unknown. President Roosevelt is expected to address Congress tomorrow. Poole stops cleaning, listens, walks inside. His mother is frozen at the stove, wooden spoon in hand. Poole looks at her. I am enlisting tomorrow. His mother does not cry. She nods. I know. His father comes in from the barn, grease on his hands, heard the radio. He looks at Poole. Army or Navy? Army. Armored Division. Why tanks? Poole thinks. Because I am tired of shooting things that do not shoot back. His father nods, walks to the kitchen drawer, pulls out an envelope, hands it to Poole. Inside is $87, every bit of savings the family has. Take it. You will need it. Poole tries to refuse. His father grabs his shoulder, hard. You take it. You come back. That is the deal. Poole takes the money. Next morning he walks 9 miles to Corpus Christi, finds the recruiting office, line of men out the door. Everyone wants to enlist. Revenge for Pearl Harbor. Poole waits 4 hours, finally gets to the desk. Recruiter is a sergeant, looks tired. Processed maybe 200 men already. Name: Lafayette Poole. Age: 22. Education: high school. Any skills? I can shoot. The sergeant does not look up. Everyone can shoot, kid. What else? I can fix engines, tractors, trucks. I know mechanics. Now the sergeant looks up. Mechanics? Yes, sir. Been working on farm equipment since I was 10. The sergeant writes something down. We need tank mechanics. You interested in armor? Poole has never seen a tank in person, only pictures in magazines. But he knows one thing. Tanks have guns. Big guns. Yes, sir. Sign here. Fort Knox, Kentucky. January 1942. Armored Force Replacement Training Center. Poole steps off the train with 200 other recruits. Snow on the ground. Freezing wind. Nobody told him Kentucky would be this cold. Drill instructors start yelling before the train even stops moving. Move! Move! Form up! Line formation! Now! Poole has never heard anyone yell this loud. Back home, people barely talked. Here, every sentence is screaming. Basic training is 12 weeks. Poole learns fast. How to march, how to salute, how to disassemble and clean an M1 Garand rifle blindfolded, how to dig a foxhole, how to throw a grenade without killing yourself. But the real training starts in week 4, tank school. First time Poole sees a Sherman tank up close, he walks around it 3 times, touches the armor, looks at the tracks, climbs inside. It smells like oil and metal and sweat. 5 crew positions: driver, assistant driver, gunner, loader, commander. The interior is cramped. If you are over 6 feet tall, you have to hunch. Poole is 5'9", fits perfect. The instructor is a staff sergeant, tanker from the 1st Armored Division, saw combat in North Africa. He has a scar across his forehead from shrapnel. This is an M4 Sherman tank, 33 tons, Ford engine, 400 horsepower, top speed 25 miles per hour on road, maybe 10 cross-country. Main gun is 75 millimeter, effective range 800 yards against armor, 1,000 against soft targets. You got 230 caliber machine guns, 150 caliber on top. A recruit raises his hand. "Sarge, what about German tanks? I heard they got Tigers." The instructor nods. "Yeah, they do. Tiger tank weighs 56 tons, 88 millimeter gun, can kill a Sherman at 1,500 yards. Sherman struggles to penetrate a Tiger from the front even at 500 yards. The recruits go quiet. Do the math. Tigers can kill us before we can hurt them. The instructor sees their faces. You look scared. Good. Fear keeps you alive. But here is what you need to know. We got more Shermans than they got Tigers. We got better logistics, better radios, better tactics. And if you are smart, you do not fight a Tiger head-on. You flank. You hit the side armor, the rear. You coordinate with other tanks. You use your speed. Poole raises his hand. What if you cannot flank? What if it is one-on-one? The instructor looks at him. Then you better shoot first, and you better not miss. Gunnery training. Week 6. Poole qualifies on every weapon. M1 Garand, Browning automatic rifle, 30 caliber machine gun, 50 caliber, Thompson submachine gun, 45 pistol, expert marksman on everything. But the main event is the 75 millimeter tank gun. The instructors take the recruits to the range. Live fire exercise. Each recruit gets 3 shots at a stationary target. Plywood mock-up of a German Panzer IV, 600 yards away. Average hit rate for recruits is 61%. You are expected to hit 2 out of 3. Poole climbs into the gunner position, instructor beside him. Okay, Poole. Target is marked. Range 600 yards, load 1 round. Fire when ready. Poole looks through the gun sight, sees the target. Panzer mock-up. He studies it. Looks for a specific point, not the whole tank. A specific rivet on the turret front. He adjusts elevation, adjusts traverse, breathes out slow, fires. Direct hit. Dead center of the turret. Instructor leans in. Good shot. Reload. Fire again. Poole fires. Second hit. Same spot. Again. Third shot. Same exact point. 3 rounds. 3 hits. Same impact area within 6 inches. The instructor stares at him. How the hell did you do that? Poole shrugs. I aimed. No. Everyone aims. You put 3 rounds in the same spot at 600 yards. That is not normal, Poole thinks. I do not aim at the whole target. I aim at one rivet. If I can see it, I can hit it. The instructor writes something on his clipboard, walks away, comes back 10 minutes later with a captain. The captain looks at Poole. Private Poole, you just shot 93% accuracy on your first range session. Average is 61. How? I used to shoot rabbits, sir. At 60 yards. Running. If you can hit a rabbit at 60 yards, you can hit a tank at 600. The captain nods. You are wasted as a private, Poole. I am recommending you for tank commander school. I have only been here 6 weeks, sir. I do not care. You have the eye. That is something you cannot teach. Poole graduates tank commander school in April 1942. gets promoted to corporal, then sergeant. Spends 2 years stateside training other crews. He is good at it. Patient. Clear instructions. Does not yell. Just explains. But he wants combat. Keeps requesting transfer to a frontline unit. Finally, April 1944, his orders come through. 3rd Armored Division, Company I, 32nd Armored Regiment. Shipping to England. Prepare for invasion of Europe. Poole packs his duffel bag. 1 uniform, 1 pair of boots, toiletries, letters from home, and one thing he is not supposed to have. His .22 rifle, disassembled, hidden in the bottom of his bag. He is not leaving it behind. May 1944. Poole arrives in England, Tidworth Barracks. Rain every single day. Cold. Miserable. The entire 3rd Armored Division is crammed into tents and temporary buildings, waiting for D-Day. Poole gets assigned to a tank crew. He is the gunner. The commander is Lieutenant James Fisher, 24 years old, officer from Ohio, college educated, good man, cautious. Fisher briefs the crew. We land after the first wave secures the beach. Our job is to push inland, support infantry, engage enemy armor if necessary, but do not take unnecessary risks. Shermans are valuable. Crews are valuable. If you see a tiger, you call it in and withdraw. Do not be a hero. Poole listens, nods, but he is thinking one thing. If I see a tiger, I am shooting it. June 29, 1944. Normandy, France, Poole's first combat mission. 23 days after D-Day. The beachhead is secure, but the advance inland is slow. Hedgerow country, stone walls, narrow roads. Every field is a potential kill zone. Poole's tank is part of a 5-tank platoon. Mission is simple. Advance 2 miles. Clear a village. Hold position. They roll out at 0600. Morning mist. Quiet. Too quiet. Poole sits in the gunner's seat, hands on the controls, watching his sector through the periscope. Right side. Stone walls, trees, shadows. Fisher's voice over the intercom. Stay sharp. Intelligence says Germans pulled back, but we do not trust intelligence. They enter the village. Empty. Shuttered windows. No civilians. No animals. Nothing. Poole scans every window, every doorway. His finger rests on the trigger. Then he sees it. Muzzle flash. 2 o'clock, partially hidden behind a stone wall. Contact. German armor. 2 o'clock. Fisher. Where? I do not see it. Poole does not wait. He rotates the turret. Finds the target. Panzer IV. Only the barrel and part of the turret are visible. Maybe 400 yards. Tight shot. Most gunners would reposition. Poole fires. The 75mm shell screams across 400 yards. Hits the Panzer IV exactly where the turret meets the hull. Penetration. The German tank's ammunition detonates. Explosion throws the turret 20 feet in the air. Silence on the intercom. Then Fisher. What the hell, Poole? How did you even see that? Saw the muzzle flash, sir. Calculated the angle. Knew where the hull had to be. That was a 1 in 100 shot. Poole does not respond. Just scans for the next target. Over the next 30 days, Poole's crew destroys 6 German tanks, 14 half-tracks, 38 trucks, over 100 confirmed infantry kills. Poole never celebrates. After every engagement, he cleans the gun, checks ammunition, writes in his log, kills documented, range, conditions. He treats it like farming, just work. But the Germans start noticing. Radio intercepts mention accurate American tank. Intelligence officers decode transmissions. Avoid grid 2456, precision long-range fire. By July 1944, the Germans know there is one Sherman they cannot predict, and they want it dead. July 18, 1944, near Saint-Lô, France. Temperature 92 degrees. Inside Poole's Sherman tank, it is 115. Poole sits in the gunner's seat. Sweat drips into his eyes. The air smells like diesel fuel and hot metal, and 5 men who have not showered in 8 days. His uniform is stuck to his skin. They have been advancing for 6 hours. Through hedgerows, over stone walls, past burned-out German trucks, past bodies, American and German. Nobody stops to bury them. No time. Lieutenant Fisher's voice crackles over the intercom. Command says Germans are retreating. We push through this village. We link up with the 2nd Battalion. Should be easy. Poole does not believe in easy. Nothing in France has been easy. They roll into the village. Stone houses, narrow streets, shuttered windows. The tracks clank on cobblestones, echo between buildings. Poole scans his sector. Right side. Watches every doorway, every window, every shadow that could hide a Panzerfaust. Then he sees it. Flash of movement. Left side. Alley between 2 houses. Contact left. Armor, close range. Fisher. Where? I do not see anything. Poole rotates the turret left. And there it is. Panther tank. 80 yards away. Emerging from the alley. Point-blank range. The Panther's gun is already rotating toward them. Poole fires first. 75mm armor-piercing round hits the Panther's frontal glacis. Direct hit. The shell bounces off. Panther's frontal armor is too thick. 5.9 inches. Sherman's 75mm cannot penetrate at this angle. Poole's heart stops. The Panther fires back. Everything goes white. The 88mm shell hits Poole's turret dead center. The impact sounds like a train collision. The gun assembly jams. Turret fills with smoke. Electrical systems spark and die. Poole's ears ring. Cannot hear anything. Just high-pitched whine. Through the smoke he sees flames. Electrical fire spreading to the ammunition storage. Fisher is screaming something. Poole cannot hear words. Reads his lips. Bail out. Now. Poole kicks his seat release, grabs the hatch, pulls himself up. Smoke everywhere. Hands burning on hot metal. He gets his head through the hatch. Sees the Panther, 70 yards away. Reloading. Poole drops back inside. Grabs his Thompson submachine gun. Climbs out. Slides off the side of the tank. Hits the ground hard. Ankle twists. The rest of his crew is already out. Running for cover. 30 yards to a stone wall. Poole runs, legs screaming. Behind him, his Sherman explodes. Ammunition cooking off. Boom, boom, boom. Shrapnel flying everywhere. He dives behind the wall. Lands hard. Knocks the wind out. Lies there. Gasping. Ears still ringing. Fisher is beside him. Face black with soot. Everyone out? Poole counts. Driver, assistant driver, loader, gunner, commander. 5 men. All alive. Poole nods. Fisher looks back at their burning Sherman. That is our 3rd tank in 2 weeks. Poole does not answer. He is watching the Panther. It is not advancing. Just sitting there. Watching. The German commander is smart. Knows Poole's crew has no anti-tank weapons. No way to hurt him. He is waiting for them to run. Then he will machine gun them. Poole makes a decision. Turns to his loader. Kid named Morrison. 20 years old. Morrison, you still got smoke grenades? Morrison nods. Pulls 2 grenades from his belt. Good. When I say throw, you throw both. Aim between us and that Panther. We need 30 seconds of cover. Cover for what, Sarge? Poole points down the street. 200 yards away. Another American Sherman from their platoon. Disabled. Blown track. Crew already evacuated. But the gun still works. We are getting that tank. Fisher grabs Poole's arm. That is suicide. We will be in the open for 30 seconds. That Panther will cut us down. Poole looks at him. That Panther thinks we are running. He is not expecting us to attack. That gives us maybe 10 seconds before he realizes what we are doing. Smoke gives us 20 more. That is enough. Enough to get killed. Enough to get to that Sherman. Fire 1 shot. Kill that Panther. Fisher stares at him, then nods. You are insane. Let us go. Poole turns to Morrison. Throw. Morrison throws both smoke grenades. They land between the wall and the Panther. Burst into thick white smoke. Wind carries it across the street. Move! Now! Poole vaults the wall. Runs. Leg still hurting from the twisted ankle. Does not matter. Just run. Behind him, Fisher. Morrison. The driver. All running through the smoke. Poole hears the Panther's engine. Grinding gears. Commander realized they are not retreating. Trying to rotate. Find them through the smoke. Machine gun fire. Bullets snapping through the air. Too high. German gunner cannot see them. Poole reaches the disabled Sherman. Climbs up the side. Kicks the hatch open. Drops inside. Fisher follows. Slides into the commander's seat. Morrison into the loader position. Poole sits at the gunner controls. The tank still has power. Engine dead, but batteries alive. Enough for one shot. He looks through the gun sight. The smoke is clearing. He can see the Panther. 150 yards. Angled. Side armor exposed. Poole adjusts the aim. Side armor is thinner. 3.2 inches. 75 millimeter can penetrate at this range. But he needs to hit the right spot. He aims for the ammunition storage. Lower hull, where the shells are stored. Loaded. Poole takes a breath. Lets it out slow. Fires. The shell crosses 150 yards. Hits the Panther's side armor. Penetrates. Detonates inside. For 1 second, nothing happens. Then the Panther explodes. Not a small explosion. A massive one. Entire vehicle erupts. Turret blows 30 feet into the air. Lands upside down 20 yards away. Silence. Fisher starts laughing. Insane laughter. Relief and adrenaline. "You crazy son of a bitch, you killed it." Poole does not celebrate. He is already climbing out of the tank. "We need to move. More Germans coming." They run back to American lines. Find their company. Report the engagement. 4 hours later, Poole gets a replacement Sherman. His 4th tank. He names it In the Mood 2. August 14th, 1944. Argenton, France. Poole's company is holding a crossroads. 2 roads intersect. Fields on all sides. Low stone walls. Orchards in the distance. Poole's tank sits behind a wall. Engine off. Waiting. German counterattack is coming. Intelligence says 2 companies, infantry and armor, trying to break through American lines, escape the Falaise pocket. Poole has been in this position for 6 hours, watching, waiting. Then he hears it. Engine noise. Lots of engines. Contact. Northwest. Multiple vehicles. He sees them through the periscope. German column. Trucks. Half-tracks. 1 Panzer IV. Maybe 200 infantry. They are moving fast, trying to break through before American artillery finds them. Poole's platoon has 5 Shermans. Orders are to engage and delay, not destroy. Just slow them down until air support arrives. Poole has different orders for himself. Destroy everything. Gunner, target lead truck. Fire. Direct hit. Truck explodes. Blocks the road. The column stops. Reload. Target half-track. Fire. Second hit. Half-track burning. Now the Germans know where Poole is. The Panzer IV rotates. Fires. Shell hits the stone wall in front of Poole's tank. Explodes. Fragments everywhere. Poole does not flinch. Gunner. Target Panzer IV. Aim turret ring. Fire. Hit. The Panzer's turret jams. Disabled. German infantry dismounts. Spreads out. Starts advancing on Poole's position. Poole switches to machine gun. 50 caliber. Starts firing. German soldiers drop. Others take cover. But there are too many. They are flanking. Moving through the orchard. Fisher. Poole, we are getting surrounded. We need to pull back. Poole checks ammunition. 12 rounds 75 millimeter. 500 rounds 50 cal. Not yet. He fires again. Hits another truck. The explosion sets off ammunition inside. Secondary explosions. German soldiers dive for cover. Poole uses the chaos. Targets infantry in the open. Machine gun fire. Methodical. Controlled bursts. The Germans return fire. Rifle rounds ping off the Sherman's armor. Panzerfaust team moving up. 200 yards. Poole sees them, rotates turret, machine gun, cuts them down before they can fire. 10 minutes of sustained combat. Poole's gun barrel is glowing red-hot, smoke everywhere, shell casings piled at his feet. Then American artillery arrives, 105mm howitzers. Shells rain down on the German column. Explosions everywhere. The Germans break, retreat, leave their vehicles burning. Poole stops firing, sits back. His hands are shaking now, adrenaline wearing off. Fisher climbs down from the commander hatch, looks at Poole. "You just killed maybe 40 Germans, by yourself." Poole does not answer, just stares at the burning column. That night he cannot sleep. Closes his eyes and sees German soldiers falling, hears the screams, smells the burning flesh. He writes a letter to his mother, does not mention the killing, just says he is fine, misses home, misses her cooking, lies. He is not fine. August 29th, 1944, Belgian border. Poole's company is advancing through farmland. Open fields, few trees, good tank country. Poole is in his 4th Sherman. In the mood, too. Crew is the same. Fisher, Morrison, driver named Jackson, assistant driver named Cole. They have been together 2 months now. 73 days continuous combat. No breaks, no leave. Just advance and kill. Poole trusts these men completely. They trust him. When Poole says shoot, they shoot. When Poole says run, they run. They enter a small village. Maybe 20 houses. Church with a damaged steeple. Empty. Poole does not like it. Too quiet. Something is wrong, Fisher. Yeah, I feel it too. They advance slowly. Tracks grinding on the road. Every sense alert. Then the explosion. Not a shell. A mine. German Teller mine buried in the road. 300 pounds of explosive. The blast lifts Poole's Sherman 2 feet off the ground. Slams it back down. Left track blown completely off. Road wheels shattered. Poole's head hits the gun sight. Vision goes white. Blood in his mouth. Bit his tongue. Fisher is screaming. "Everyone okay? Sound off," Poole forces words. "Gunner okay," Morrison. "Loader okay," Jackson. "Driver okay, but we are not moving. Track is gone." Poole wipes blood from his eyes. Looks through the periscope. Sees movement. German infantry. 50 yards. Coming out of houses. Rifles and Panzerfausts. Ambush. "Contact, infantry. All sides." Poole rotates turret. Fires machine gun. Germans dive for cover. But the tank is immobile. Sitting duck. Fisher makes the call. "We cannot defend this position. Prepare to evacuate." Poole keeps firing, covering their escape. Morrison grabs important documents, maps, codes. Jackson and Cole open hatches. German rifle fire intensifies. Bullets hitting the armor. Panzerfaust team repositioning. Fisher. "Poole. We go now." Poole fires one more burst, then climbs out. They drop off the tank. Start running. 50 yards to a barn. Cover. Behind them, German Panzerfaust fires. Hits the abandoned Sherman. Explosion. Flames. Poole's 4th tank destroyed. They reach the barn. Take defensive positions. Windows, doors. German infantry advancing. Maybe 30 soldiers. Poole has his Thompson. 30-round magazine. He leans out. Fires controlled bursts. 3 Germans drop. Morrison is beside him. M1 carbine. Firing, reloading, firing again. The Germans pull back. Regroup. American artillery starts landing. Someone called fire support. Shells explode in the village. Germans scatter. 30 minutes later, American infantry arrives. Clears the village. Finds Poole's crew in the barn. A captain approaches. "You guys okay?" Fisher nods. "Lost another tank. 4th one." The captain stares. "4th? In 2 months?" "Yes, sir." "How many of you are wounded?" Fisher looks at his crew. Poole has a cut on his forehead. Bleeding, but not serious. Morrison has a bruised shoulder. Jackson twisted his knee. "Minor injuries only, sir." The captain shakes his head. You are the luckiest tank crew in Europe, or the unluckiest. Cannot decide which. Poole does not feel lucky. He feels tired. That night, Poole gets his 5th Sherman tank. He does not bother naming it, just climbs inside, checks the systems, goes to sleep in the gunner seat. He dreams of burning tanks. September 3rd, 1944, Belgium, 3 days later. Poole's company is moving through forest, narrow trail, trees on both sides, bad terrain for tanks. They advance in column. Poole's tank is 3rd in line. Then the lead tank hits a mine. Explosion. Disabled. The column stops, bunched up, vulnerable. Poole hears movement in the trees, boots on leaves, voices, German. Contact. Infantry in the trees, both sides. German patrol, maybe 20 men. They saw the American column, setting up ambush. Poole does not wait for orders. Opens his hatch, grabs his Thompson, climbs out. Fisher. Poole, what are you doing? Killing them before they kill us. Poole moves into the trees, alone, weapon raised. He learned infantry tactics at Fort Knox, how to move quiet, how to use cover. He sees a German soldier, 20 yards, back turned, setting up a machine gun. Poole fires, 3-round burst. The German drops. The other Germans hear the shots. Start yelling, confusion. Poole moves, flanks them, sees 2 more, fires, both down. Now the Germans know an American is in the trees. They spread out, hunting him. Poole goes low, behind a fallen log. Waits. A German appears. 15 yards, searching. Poole waits until the German passes. Stands. Fires point blank. German drops, more shouting. They know his position now. Poole runs, changes position, circles around. Finds 3 Germans grouped together, talking, trying to coordinate. Poole empties his magazine into them. All 3 drop. Click. Empty. Poole reloads. Fast. Practiced. 7 seconds. Movement behind him. Poole spins. German soldier 5 yards away. Raising rifle, Poole fires first. 1 round to the chest. German falls. Then silence. Poole waits. Listens. No more movement. No more voices. He moves back toward the tanks. Emerges from the trees. Fisher is standing outside the tank, staring. How many? 9. Maybe 10. By yourself? Poole nods. American infantry arrives, sweeps the forest, finds the German bodies, finds 7 more Germans hiding, wounded, surrendering. The infantry lieutenant approaches Poole. You cleared those woods alone? Yes, sir. You are supposed to be a tank commander. Yes, sir. But tanks do not work in forests. The lieutenant laughs. Fair point. September 15th, 1944, Germany. Poole's company crosses the border. First American tanks on German soil. They take fire immediately. German resistance hardens. Every town is a fortress. Every field is mined. Poole's crew has been together 91 days. 0 casualties, 5 tanks destroyed. But they are still alive. Fisher gets promoted, transferred to battalion staff. Poole gets a new tank commander, lieutenant named Harris, young, 23, first combat assignment. Harris is nervous, Poole can tell, the way he checks equipment 3 times, the way his voice shakes on the radio. Poole does not judge. Everyone is scared. The ones who survive are the ones who control the fear. September 19th, 1944, morning, fog, poor visibility. Poole's platoon is on reconnaissance. 5 tanks. Find German positions. Report back. Poole's instincts are screaming. Something wrong. Fog too thick. Germans too quiet. Then he sees them. Shapes in the fog. Big shapes. Panther tanks. 5 of them. Harris panics. Multiple Panthers. Request permission to withdraw. Battalion responds. Hold position. Artillery inbound 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Might as well be 10 hours. Poole makes the call. We do not have 10 minutes. We engage now. Harris. But orders say. Poole cuts him off. Sir, if we wait, They kill us all. We shoot first. We have a chance. Harris hesitates, then nods. Do it. Poole aims. Fires. First Panther hit. Track blown. Second shot. Same Panther. Turret ring. Penetration. Kill. 4 Panthers left, all rotating toward Poole. Poole fires again. Second Panther disabled. Then the 88mm shell hits Poole's tank. Frontal armor penetration. The shell does not explode, just punches through. Pure kinetic energy. But that energy is enough. The shell fragment hits Poole's right leg, below the knee, severs muscle, shatters bone. Arterial spray hits the turret wall. Poole looks down. His boot is filling with blood, overflowing. He can see white bone through the torn uniform, splinters sticking out. Pain like fire, like nothing he has ever felt. But he can still see the periscope. One more target. Load AP. His loader is screaming. Sarge, your leg! I said load. The loader loads. Poole aims, vision blurring. Blood loss. Shock setting in. Fires. Third Panther hit. Explosion. Then everything goes black. Poole wakes up in a ditch. Cannot remember how he got there. His loader and driver are above him. Faces covered in soot. Talking to someone. A medic appears. Scissors. Cuts Poole's pant leg open. Poole sees his leg. Bone completely shattered. Muscle hanging in strips. Blood everywhere. The medic ties a tourniquet. Injects morphine. Poole grabs the medic's collar. Forces words through the pain. Did we get all 5? The medic nods. Every single one, Sergeant. You killed 3 yourself. Saved your whole platoon. Poole lets go. Closes his eyes. 81 days in combat. 5 tanks destroyed. 258 kills. 0 crew deaths. Now it ends. Not with glory. Not with ceremony. In a ditch. In the mud. With his leg destroyed. But alive. Poole passes out. They carry him to an aid station. Field hospital. Surgery. Amputation below the knee. When he wakes up 3 days later, the war is over for him. Lafayette Poole, 21 years old, the deadliest American tank commander in World War II. Going home. Poole wakes up in a hospital bed. White sheets, white walls, smell of disinfectant and blood. His right leg ends at the knee, wrapped in bandages, phantom pain screaming where his shin used to be. A nurse walks in, American, Red Cross armband. She sees Poole is awake, smiles. Welcome back, Sergeant. You have been unconscious for 3 days. Poole's mouth is dry, tongue stuck to his teeth. Where am I? Field hospital, 20 miles behind the front. You were evacuated from Stolberg. Poole tries to sit up. Pain shoots through his leg, the leg that is not there anymore. He falls back, gasping. The nurse puts a hand on his shoulder. Do not move. You lost a lot of blood. You are lucky to be alive. Poole does not feel lucky. My crew, Morrison, Jackson, Cole, Harris. Are they alive? The nurse checks a clipboard. All survived. Minor injuries. They are back with their unit. Poole closes his eyes. Relief floods through him. 91 days in combat. 5 tanks destroyed. 0 crew deaths. That record stays intact. How bad is my leg? The nurse hesitates. The surgeons amputated below the knee. The bone was shattered beyond repair. Infection risk was too high. Poole nods. He already knew. Felt it when the shell hit. Knew immediately his leg was gone. Can I walk? Eventually, with a prosthetic. But it will take time. Months of rehabilitation. Poole stares at the ceiling. White paint. Water stains. Cracks. 91 days killing Germans. Now it ends in a hospital bed. The nurse leaves. Poole is alone with his thoughts. He thinks about the 5 Panthers. Wonders if he could have done something different. Better angle. Better position. Maybe kept his leg. Then he thinks about Morrison, Jackson, Cole, Harris. All alive because Poole engaged those Panthers. If he had retreated, the Panthers would have flanked. Killed all 5 American tanks. Poole traded his leg for their lives. Fair trade. September 25, 1944, 6 days after the injury. A colonel walks into Poole's hospital room. 3rd Armored Division, shoulder patch with the triangles. Poole tries to salute from the bed. The colonel waves him off. "At ease, Sergeant. I am not here for formalities." The colonel sits in the chair beside the bed, looks at Poole's bandaged leg. "I read your after-action reports, all of them. 91 days continuous combat. 5 tanks destroyed under you. 258 confirmed kills. 12 enemy tanks destroyed." Poole does not respond. The colonel continues. "Your crew says you saved their lives multiple times, that you engage enemy armor at ranges where other commanders retreat, that you have never lost a man under your command. Is that a question, sir? No, it is a fact, and because of that fact, I am recommending you for the Distinguished Service Cross." Poole blinks. The DSC, 2nd highest award in the Army, below only the Medal of Honor. "Sir, I was just doing my job. Your job was reconnaissance, report enemy positions, not engage 5 Panthers alone. If I had not engaged, they would have killed my platoon." "Exactly. You made a tactical decision, sacrificed your own safety for your men. That is the definition of valor." Poole does not know what to say. The colonel stands. "The paperwork is already submitted. You will also receive the Silver Star for the action at St. Lo, and the Bronze Star for overall service, Purple Heart for your wound." He walks to the door, stops, turns back. "Sergeant Poole, in my 22 years in the Army, I have seen a lot of tank commanders. Good ones, bad ones. The good ones keep their crews alive. The great ones win battles. You did both." The colonel leaves. Poole stares at the ceiling again. Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star, Bronze Star, Purple Heart. Medals do not bring back his leg. October 15, 1944. Poole is transferred to a hospital in England. Better facilities, better doctors. He starts physical therapy, learning to walk with crutches. The phantom pain is constant. His brain thinks the leg is still there, sends signals, gets pain back. The doctors say it will fade, might take years. Poole does not care about years. He cares about now, about getting out of this hospital, about going home. Other wounded soldiers are in the ward. Burns, amputations, shrapnel wounds, men missing arms, missing eyes, missing pieces of their skull. Poole realizes he is one of the lucky ones. He lost a leg, but his brain works, his hands work. He can still shoot, still think. One night, a soldier in the next bed starts screaming. Nightmare, thrashing. Nurses rush over, hold him down, inject sedatives. The soldier goes quiet, stares at the ceiling, tears running down his face. Poole recognizes that look. He has seen it in the mirror. They do not talk about it. The nightmares, the fear, the guilt of surviving when others did not. But every man in that ward has the same look. November 1944. Poole receives a letter from Morrison, his loader. "Sergeant Poole, we heard you are in England. The whole crew wanted to write, but I am the only one who is good with words. Jackson says you still owe him $10 from poker. Cole says the new tank commander is not as crazy as you. Harris got promoted to captain. We got a new gunner, kid from Iowa. He is okay. Not as good as you. Nobody is. We are still advancing. Crossed into Germany last week. Resistance is heavy, but we are pushing. The Germans know they are losing. Makes them desperate. I wanted to say something. That day with the Panthers, when you got hit, I saw your leg. I thought you were dead. No way someone survives that. But you kept fighting. Told me to load. I have never seen anything like it. You were bleeding out and you still killed that Panther. You saved all of us. If you had not engaged, those Panthers would have flanked. Killed our whole platoon. 15 men alive because you did not retreat. I do not know if they give medals for that, but you deserve one. Thank you for bringing me home. Private Morrison Poole reads the letter 3 times, folds it carefully, puts it under his pillow. That night, he sleeps without nightmares. December 1944. Poole is cleared for transport back to the United States. Medical discharge, honorable, full benefits. He boards a ship in Southampton, Liberty ship, converted troop carrier, heading to New York. The crossing takes 9 days, rough seas, winter Atlantic. Poole spends most of the time below deck. Leg hurts in the cold. Phantom pain worse. Other wounded soldiers are on the ship, hundreds of them. Men going home, some on stretchers, some in wheelchairs, some walking with canes. Nobody talks about the war. They talk about home, what they will do first, what food they missed, who they will see. Poole thinks about Odom, Texas, his parents, the farm, cotton fields, hunting jackrabbits. Wonders if he can still shoot with one leg. December 18, 1944. The ship arrives in New York Harbor. Statue of Liberty, skyline, America. Poole stands on deck, crutches under his arms, staring at the city. A soldier beside him starts crying. Just quiet tears. Relief. Poole does not cry, just stares. They dock, disembark, processing center, paperwork, medical evaluation, train tickets home. Poole gets a ticket to Corpus Christi, Texas, leaving tomorrow. That night he walks through New York. Times Square, bright lights, people everywhere. Nobody looking at the war, just living. Poole sits on a bench, watches, feels like a ghost, like he is not really here. A woman walks up, Red Cross volunteer, hands him a coffee, free for servicemen. Thank you for your service. Poole nods, takes the coffee. The woman leaves. He stares at the cup, steam rising, thinks about the last time someone thanked him. Cannot remember. December 23rd, 1944. Poole arrives in Corpus Christi, takes a bus to Odom, 9 miles, gets off at the general store, Main Street. Same as when he left. Nothing changed. He walks, crutches on dirt road, half a mile to his family's farm. His father sees him first, working in the barn. Looks up, sees Poole, crutches, missing leg, drops his tools, walks over, does not run, just walks. They stand face to face. Poole's father looks at the missing leg, at the crutches, at Poole's face. You came back? Yes, sir. His father nods, eyes wet. That was the deal. Poole's mother comes out of the house, sees Poole, hand over her mouth, starts crying, runs to him, hugs him. Poole drops one crutch, hugs back. They stand there. Dirt road, Texas sun. 3 people who survived the war. Poole's mother pulls back, wipes her eyes. Are you hungry? Poole smiles. First time in months. Yes, ma'am. January 1945. Poole settles back into farm life. Learns to walk with a prosthetic leg. Wood and leather. Uncomfortable. Rubs his stump raw. But he learns, adapts, starts doing farm work again. Cannot plow. Leg is not strong enough. But he can fix equipment, repair fences, feed animals. His father does not ask about the war, does not ask about the medals, just works beside him. Quiet. One day, Poole's father hands him the Winchester .22, the rifle from childhood. Rabbits are eating the crops, need them gone. Poole takes the rifle, walks into the fields, sees a jackrabbit, 60 yards, running. He aims, adjusts for the prosthetic leg. Different balance, different stance. Fires. The rabbit drops. Poole smiles. He still has it. March 1945. Poole receives a package. From the Army. His medals. Distinguished Service Cross. Silver Star. Bronze Star with Valor Device. Purple Heart. He opens the box. Looks at them. Ribbons and metal. Thinks about the men who earned these. Morrison loading shells while Poole bled. Fisher laughing after killing the panther. Jackson carrying Poole to the ditch. Poole pins the DSC to his uniform jacket. hangs the jacket in his closet, does not wear it again. May 8, 1945. Germany surrenders. VE Day. Victory in Europe. Poole listens on the radio. Celebrations in the streets. People cheering, honking horns. He sits on the porch, thinks about his crew. Morrison, Jackson, Cole, Harris. Wonders if they survived to see this day. 3 weeks later, he gets another letter. From Morrison. Sergeant Poole, we made it. Germany surrendered. War is over. We are alive. Final count for our crew. 137 days in combat. 8 tanks destroyed total. 0 deaths. You started that record. We finished it. Harris says when we get home, we are having a reunion. All of us. You better be there. See you stateside. Morrison Poole folds the letter. Puts it with the others. 0 deaths. That is the only medal that matters. June 1991. Odom, Texas. Lafayette Poole is 71 years old, sitting on his porch. Same porch where he heard about Pearl Harbor 50 years ago. His wife is inside, making dinner. They have been married 45 years. 4 children, 8 grandchildren. Poole's prosthetic leg leans against the chair. He took it off an hour ago. Stump still hurts after all these years. A car pulls up. Rental. Man gets out. 60 years old. Gray hair. Walks with a limp. Poole recognizes him immediately. Morrison. They shake hands. Morrison sits in the other chair. Been a long time, Sarge. 46 years. Morrison looks at Poole's missing leg, at the prosthetic against the chair. Still hurts? Every day. You? Morrison taps his left knee. Shrapnel, Korea. Nothing like yours. They sit in silence, watching the sun set over the cotton fields. Morrison finally speaks. I looked up the records. 3rd Armored Division, European Theater. We lost over 4,000 men. 700 tanks destroyed. Poole nods. Our crew, 137 days in combat. 8 tanks. 0 killed. You know what the average tank crew survival rate was? I do not want to know. 17 days. Average tank commander lasted 17 days before being killed or wounded. Poole does not respond. Morrison continues. You lasted 91 days. 5 tanks. Killed 258 Germans. 12 enemy tanks. Never lost a man. They called you the deadliest American tank commander in World War II. They called me a lot of things. What do you call yourself? Poole thinks. Looks at the fields, at the sunset, at the life he built after the war. Lucky. Morrison laughs. Lucky? You lost your leg. I lost my leg, but I kept my crew. I kept my mind. I came home. That is lucky. Morrison nods. Yeah, I guess it is. They sit until dark. 2 old men. Survivors. Morrison leaves, promises to visit again. Poole knows he will not. Too much distance. Too much time. Poole's wife helps him inside. He straps on the prosthetic. Eats dinner. Goes to bed. That night he dreams. Not of burning tanks. Not of screaming Germans. Not of blood and smoke. He dreams of Texas. Of jackrabbits. Of his father teaching him to shoot. Do not pull the trigger unless you know it is going to hit. Poole wakes up. Looks at his wife sleeping beside him. At the photos on the wall. His children. His grandchildren. Every shot counted. Every decision mattered. He came home. Lafayette Poole closes his eyes. Goes back to sleep. Peaceful. Drop a comment. Tell us. What shocked you most? That he survived 5 tanks being destroyed? That he killed 3 Panthers while his leg was shattered? That he went into a forest alone and killed 10 Germans with a Thompson? Or that he never lost a single crew member in 91 days of combat? And tell us where you are watching from. United States? Germany? France? Belgium? This community is global. Poole fought across all those countries. Now his story reaches all of them.